Hey, what's up guys? It's Thursday afternoon here at the Ramsey Custom Shop. My name is Gary, if you don't happen to know who I am. This is a replay, if you're watching this in the future, replay of a live stream. So I'm just here working on stuff like usual in the shop, and got a big job that's going to take a full 1/4 inch sheet to cut, and I just thought I'd bring you along, you know. And I've got the table set up, everything's ready to go. The CAD, the cam, it's all set, so just a matter of getting the sheet positioned into place and getting the cut going. So anyway, it is just absolutely gorgeous today. Now there's wind issues, so I'm kind of getting a little closer. I hate to put my big mug right in the camera, but a little closer you can hear me. So appreciate you guys joining. Looks like we got 19. Wow, 19 on so far. If you guys could all hit the thumbs up button just right off the bat, I'd appreciate that. Hit the thumbs up button. And anyway, this is a live stream replay. If you're watching this in the future, if you're watching it right now, hey, it's live right now. This is what's happening here at the shop. I just mentioned that I've got a big job that's gonna basically cut an entire sheet of 1/4 inch sheet, 4x8 sheet on the table. Kind of two different projects, but it's taken most of a 1/4 inch sheet, and I've got it all laid out, and I just thought I'd bring you along for the ride. It's just such a beautiful day. You guys rarely see the roll-up door open, but it is open, and which is a good thing, because it'll let me you know, keep the camera outside but give you guys a good view of what's going on. You see the where is it? There's the table. You can see the 1/4 inch sheet. I don't have it all the way down, but I'm gonna get it positioned, and yeah, so we'll bring you along and go from there. So let me get you on the tripod. Oh, and I noticed that our fun little spotter worked his way inside. You can see him hanging out there, and normally he's up there in the web. He's got a massive web, but I guess when I opened the door he scrambled. But let me get you set up on the tripod here. Whoops. All right, so you know, this is probably going to be a fairly lengthy live stream, because you know, I'm just bringing you along, and let me make sure I got a good that you got a good view of everything in there and what's going to be happening. Let me bring it down a little bit, so maybe something like that. I don't know. A little bit crooked there. Again, my apologies, this is a live stream, so I'll come over and check every now and then. What's up, Captain Caveman? Hope you're doing good. And I'm gonna try to make sure I stay in view of the camera, but occasionally I might get out of view. Let me just put this here. Let's see what we're seeing here. Hey Matthew, how's it going? Did you ever get going with your project there? I know you had a guy, I think in New York, that was going to do the CNC machining on it, but I don't think I've ever got an update from you on the on your AR-15 style accessory mount for roll bars. Anyway, you guys can probably see. Hey guys. You guys can probably see that I got a 1/4 inch sheet there. Hopefully that is showing up for you. I'm gonna go ahead and get it into position and lowered, and we'll get the gantry crane out of the way, and then we'll get to cutting. I'll come back, once I get it cutting, I'll come back and just chat with you guys and go from there. I've shown this in a few videos, but I use these are just 2.5 inch wide, 1/2 inch blocks that are part of the kit for the metal bender, and I just keep them, you know, pre-cut and ready to pack and ship. But I use these as spacers to put at the edge of the table, up against the edge of the table, and then push the plate against these, and that way I don't have to do a lot of extra work to try to see if I got the plate square to the table. So that's what I'm doing now. All right, so I got the plate into position there, and I'll just I reboot everything before I make a big cut, because you want to have a fresh reboot on the controller, on the plasma table, fresh reboot on the computer, just to make sure. I mean, it's all been booted up this morning. I've already done one job, but I also, on a big job like that, what's up, Retro Weld? Yeah, I got dry air, but my my main compressor still is not up and running. I'm still working off the backup, but the humidity and all has dropped down, and I kept my lines clear and clean, so I think I'm good on the dry air there. By the way, what's up going on with your plasma table, man? I know you had it for quite a while now, but I've not seen any videos or heard any updates from you on getting that puppy fired up. So, Belgian Muscle, hey, you made a live stream. He's been trying to catch them. Anyway, this is a 65 amp tip that I'm just used one time, and I've got the Power Max 85, and I'm going to use a 65 amp tip because it's kind of optimized for the cut speed that I want to run at on this job. This is kind of a decorative table base for actually Eco Mouse design. Normally I'm giving him the jobs, but this time he's reciprocating back and sent me a job to do, so which is pretty cool, coming in handy here this week. Anyway, so I'm just changing the tip out. I just rebooted my machines and we'll get ready to get it cut here in a second. I know some of you guys are probably leaving comments and things. I'm not able to keep up with them. I'm seeing a few as I come over, but anyway, if you're just joining, we just got a day. You know, I'm just here working in the shop. I've got this 1/4" sheet on the table, and I've got a job I got to get going that is going to take up most of the 1/4" sheet. It's several panels and just a bunch of different stuff you'll see here in a minute. But I'm just getting the final setup done and getting ready to get it cut. I'll just bring you in real close real quick, show you what I got going here. Hopefully we keep a good strong signal. But you see we got a brand new fresh 1/4" plate there. Virgin, untouched. So what I'm doing now is the TRUCUTCNC, their breakaway mechanism is basically just some springs on a bracket that hold the torch in. The good thing about that is it's like really forgiving. You know, it doesn't, I mean, actually putting this plate down on the table a second ago, I actually bumped the torch, and you know, if you bump the torch with it, let me get my finger off the lens there. So, but if you bump the torch, you know, or move it or whatever, you're not going to break it, and it's not a magnetic type, which some people use those, some like them, some don't. So I've broken one spring. I jammed a plate into it and just completely twisted this torch, but the springs did their job. So I had to, but it mutilated a spring. I had to get some replacement springs for it. But the bad thing about it is, especially on sheet metal, it doesn't really matter that much. On thicker material, when you start to get to 1/8" or more, this becomes a factor. And that's, you know, the angle at which the torch is, and is it square to the plate. So I just do a quick check here, and let's see, let me lower the torch down a little bit. So I just check the squareness to the plate all the way around, and then just tweak this in any direction I need to get it squared up and ready to cut. So that's one of the things I do, and then after that, hopefully I can hold you here. It looks like this stream's holding up with the doors open, getting more signal in here. But let's see. Let me get my orientation right here. So then we'll move the torch over here to the very corner. And I really need to be pretty precise with this because, like I said, this sheet, this CAD work is going to take up most of the full sheet with this table base, custom table base for Eco Mouse design. So we got that there. So what I'll do now is go and zero out my X and Y position, and that'll be the new home for the table. And then we'll get the program loaded, and I'll get it fired up into action, and I'll come back and chat with you guys a little bit and show you what's going on with it. So we got 33 people. Lots of, you know, what are you guys doing? How come you're able to get on here and Bill, hey Bill, how come you're able to get on here and watch me during the day? Don't you guys have a job to do? Come on. I'm only kidding. I'm sure you're there somewhere at your desk, tuned in on your phone while you're doing your day job, right? Because nobody would be doing this when they're supposed to be doing something else. I'm working real hard, and hey, at least Matt is saying he's a bum, you know, which everybody knows that, and it's good to see him admit it. So anyway, I am not a bum. I'm actually having to work, you know, scrape by, $100 at a time, $150 at a time. You just got to do what you got to do, you know. There is no paycheck here unless I go after it a little at a time. All right, so I got the controller all set, and you know, one of the mistakes I used to make quite a bit was I'd get in a real big hurry and I'd forget to set, you know, the Power Max 85 and get it work, you know, get it on the right. What's up, TJ's Woodworking? How you guys doing? Anyway, so you know, you want to check your pierce height, your pierce delay, every different thickness of material. You know, you need different settings for that. Sometimes it's really easy to kind of skip over or whatever. You got to make sure that there's no error codes on your plasma cutter. You got it set to the right amperage to match the tip that you got on the machine. Again, we're using a 65 amp tip. So anyway, the fine folks at TruCut, let me go grab this and show it to you real quick. The fine folks at TRUCUTCNC, I'm not really sponsored by them. You know, they don't sponsor me or anything, but I hear from them quite a bit, and you know, I'm on their Facebook group, and Cindy and Ross are the owners of them. I gotta say, you know, their customer service and knowledge about their equipment is good. Is it the best table on the market? You know, I don't know, but it's a really inexpensive entry-level table that I've been happy with. It's all of the issues that I've had with it have largely been user things. There was one issue about the Z lifter, or something about it wasn't assembled correctly. They had a new guy working for him. He let some go out the door, but they sent me the information, and it was really easy to reassemble it and get it going. But I've been, you know, just generally happy with it. My complaints are the chain drive and, you know, just the cut edge on thicker material because of the chain drive. But again, it's an entry-level machine. That's what it comes with, you know, as a chain drive. But they sent me this this week because they closed the sale on a table because of my videos. So if you're watching the videos and you call them up to order a table, man, tell them that you saw it on my channel and that I helped you make the decision to pick them, even though they don't really sponsor me. These things right here are not cheap. This is a 25 pack of tips. My guess is this is over $100. This may be $150 worth. I've never bought a 25 pack. I've just been buying the 5 packs are $25 or $30 a piece for a 5 pack, something like that. So a 25 pack of 45 amp tips. So Cindy, if you're watching this, appreciate you sending it out. Pretty sweet right there. That's definitely some value. And anyway, guys, let me get this thing fired up and going, and I'll push you. We'll let it run for a minute and watch it, and then I'll push you outside, and we'll keep a check on it, and I'll talk to you and see what you guys are up to. And what was funny is they just created a new Facebook group for their company, and they used to kind of hang out on the Turn and Burn group, but they created a new one. She asked me to join there, and I did, and somebody made a post, and I left a comment on their post, and the person replied back and said, "Oh, Gary, I'm good to see you here," or something. I chose this table because of you. Yet another user. So there's no telling how many tables that have been sold because of my videos, and I just need to leverage it more. I need to get something. I mean, your brother's trying to survive over here. Anyway, it's been 21 minutes. I've been jaw jacking, talking to you guys. I got this thing set up. It's ready to cut. It's the same thing also with the some of you guys, Bill Della Vega, some of you other guys, in fact, most of you current guys that are watching are here more for the machining, metalwork, that kind of thing. But my channel started with a restoration of a 65 Mustang. It's kind of how we got our start in around 2009. And the candy apple red paint that we used, hey, thanks to us for asking on smashing that like button. And when you hit the like button, don't just baby it. I mean, just crush it. Just jam that mouse through the screen, or tap it, whatever you're doing. If you're watching on the phone, or if you got a mouse, Anyway, so the video of us painting that Mustang has over 1 million views now. And I get asked all the time, where did you get that paint? What is that paint color? Where did you get it? Where did you get it? It's a company called The Coating Store. And they've sent me a few free paint samples and some things. And, and I know them. I've talked to, I actually spent some time with them in a car show in person. They asked me to come hang out in their booth. But I don't think I do a good enough job of leveraging some of the effort that I put into the videos. And I'm not saying that I'm a good fabricator and deserve anything for any of that. But I make a lot of effort to put a lot of videos up and show what I'm doing, and I just need to capitalize on it more. So Cindy, send me some more stuff, all right? a little bit of a false start there for some reason. Sometimes that outer shield will get kind of corroded and have an issue when it makes contact with the plate. But anyway, this job's going to go for quite a while. It's probably going to be about an hour. I'll move you guys outside so you can hear me better, and we'll come back and take a, I don't want to go too far, but just kind of get out of there where you can hear better. Man, just talk about a beautiful day. Gosh, the sun is, I love this time of year, you know, where you can have the doors open, you're not sweating. Yeah, it's really, really pretty cool. Speaking of that, I'm gonna, must be my mistake. All right, I'm gonna go do a couple things real quick. In fact, let me get you in here closer. You watch this. Would you guys do me a favor and watch this table for me? I'm gonna go get the water hose and put some water in it while it's running. If you just take a look, you know, keep a check on it and hit the emergency stop button if anything goes wrong. Could you help me with that? Anything go wrong while I was gone, or did y'all take care of it for me, or what? All right, I went to get my my tablet so I could go back and see if there's any questions you guys had here. So I'm not going to go too far where I can see it, keep an eye on it. Yes, there is a e-stop button on it. I'll show it to you real quick. There's one on both sides of the table on the edge of the gantry. Just putting a little bit of water in the table over there to keep the smoke down. Is this a pretty good look with the plasma glasses up top and my readers down here? I mean, what do y'all? Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what it looks like. It is pretty easy, so. Well, I say that, it's easy because I figure if I can do this, anybody can do it, you know, because I really kind of struggle with learning new things and picking up the basics on stuff. It doesn't come easy, that's for sure. So if I'm doing it, it's probably really easy for anybody else to do. Just bringing up my my page here. It's really hardly see it. I'm trying to, the sun's so bright out here. Maybe it helps if I put these on. No, that doesn't help. Let's see, where's my, let's go inside where I can see this real quick and bring the comments up to see what you guys are saying. Can you hear me okay when I'm right here? Well, I can't see out there. Look, I'm watching me, watching you. I'm trying to bring up the comments, but I can't see the light. So, anybody got any questions or comments? Yeah, kind of like a mirror, except different. Anybody got any questions or comments or anything for me while I got you here? Air compressor, yeah. I'm gonna make a separate video on the Old Barn Homestead channel. I know I skipped a couple of days here on that, but I actually talked to them about the Miller 215. You're gonna have to ask me that question again. Let me answer Bill on the air compressor real quick. So you know, this saga with the air compressor has been going on for about 6 weeks now, 8 weeks, something like that. And not Monday of this week, but Monday of last week, a new guy came out. You guys, some of you probably saw the video I did on it. A new guy from Quincy came out and said that they had fired the ticket that had my ticket, but they didn't have a way of knowing who all his customers were, which is just crazy. I mean, you would think that any service dispatch organization would have a ticket system, and if somebody gets fired, all the tickets that were assigned to him would get reassigned to other people. And I don't know if they're just making excuses or, you know, what exactly the deal is, but anyway, snow crusher on the vapor barrier. No, not. I haven't finalized that yet. I've done a little bit of wiring out there this week, but I haven't really gotten a lot done. Anyway, so on the air compressor, so another guy comes out, not this Monday, but Monday before, so a week and a half ago, and says, oh yeah, no problem on, it doesn't need a pump. I mean, these things, the inlet valve or the inlet solenoid goes out a lot on these, so it's likely one of those two. And he checked it, and the load and no load button was not making any difference in it, which would indicate that it's that. And he said, I'll get one order for you, and we'll get back with you. So that was a week and a half ago. So this morning I did call, and the girl was like, oh yeah, the parts are on order, but they've not been picked yet, and it's a warranty claim, and we only do ground on warranty claims. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just crazy that they have a ground policy on warranty claims for getting parts. So I said, could you have the manager call me? And he did call me back really quickly. And I said, look, I understand your policy's warranty claims are ground, but I have an unusual situation. My compressor's been down for 6 weeks. Would you think that maybe you would bypass the policy in this case, and get it expedited? So he said, yeah, we'll definitely do that. Let me call and check. And he said, well, your order's in process, and it's scheduled to be picked today and shipped today or tomorrow, so I can't interrupt it. I can't change it, now. I'm just like, whatever, man, whatever. It's just like, I mean, I could call corporate again and make a big deal out of it. What I'm hoping to do Hey, what's up, William Woody from Woody's Fab Shop? Did you folks who bought the plasma from, I'm sorry I didn't see the end of your question. Could you copy and paste your question back again? So the snow crusher, no, I did not. We did not finalize all the vapor barrier and what we're going to do about that. I've not really done anything on that this week. Again, I've done a little bit of wiring out there, and that's about it. And so Woody's, hey, what's up from Belgium? Appreciate you watching. So Woody, could you ask that question again about I think it was about the plasma table. Were you going to say, did they come on site? The answer is no. I paid $800 to get it shipped from Tennessee to Texas, and it's pretty much up to you to take it from there. They have a whole bunch of videos on YouTube. Their support is amazing, but it's kind of up to you to learn it. Thanks, Craig, for reminding people to hit the like button. Thank you, Leonie677 from Belgium. Appreciate it. Glad you like the channel. Anyway, what was the other question that somebody asked there? I missed the other question. Thank you, Craig. Appreciate it. Helping me moderate here. The Miller 215. Okay. Mine is actually a Miller 212 auto set. And what was your question about it? It's been a really good welder. It's about a $2,000 unit, and frankly, I actually don't use it that much. You guys see all the videos I make. I most always TIG weld everything. Oh, have I looked at a 215 yet? No, I have not. All right, thanks, William Woody there. I appreciate you watching. I'm glad you're tuning into the live stream. I'm glad you've been a subscriber and watching for a while. And I know you guys can't all leave comments on the regular videos, and so when you can hop in here and interact a little bit, I like it. It's fun, you know, because you guys are live right now on your phone or your computer watching, and a lot of you guys. Okay, interesting. I've not seen the 215 yet, Craig. I've not looked at it or anything. So it's a multi-purpose unit, and that sounds cool. Let's go in and take a look at this job real quick and see what we're doing. It should be ready to cut out the first panel. It sounds like it's doing the outside cut. Oh shit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, water. Man, that's the second time in the last couple of months I've done that. I got distracted. I forgot I stuck the water hose in there, and it's a good thing I ran in there to do that. So, all right, Matthew. See you, buddy. Thanks for joining. All right, so you'll get to watch me clean my water mess up. So this is going to be a table base. I think there's going to be, it's going to be 5-sided or something. I've not seen the full design of it, but it's an Eco Mouse design one. And you can see my cut edges are pretty good now. You know, they're not, they still have a little kind of a funkiness to them, but okay, Bill, appreciate you joining. So bear with me for a second. I'm gonna go get the shop back and get some of this water out of the table. You know what? Now I've got something to use as an interesting thumbnail. When this live stream's over, I'll go change the thumbnail and say, you know, disaster, water, flood. Man, that shop vac does a great job. It sucked the water right out of there. I'm sure that's probably not a good place to put it, but got it back below the level of the plate, you know, an inch or so, which is kind of where I was trying to get it to. Anyway, you guys got any more questions for me? Or discussion topics or anything? All right, what's up? What's up, Craig? Miller versus Lincoln. Well, I have one video on that, and my only, I know it's windy. Let me get out of the way here. That's probably disturbing the camera a little bit, or the mic on it. No, I think Miller and Lincoln really are the top two. I've heard good things about the Everlast and the AHP. I don't have any personal experience with them, but everybody I've heard from, especially on that AHP Alpha TIG, really likes it and says that it does everything that their Lincolns or Millers do from a TIG welder. And I don't know about MIG welder. I haven't seen too much on that. I will tell you that the Eastwood MIG welder that I've got, I've not been happy at all with it. I've not been impressed. It's been, it seems to be weak on penetration, and I've just had a number of different problems with it. You know, even if you have it dialed in on the optimal setting for the thickness of the material, it doesn't, you know, penetrate. It just kind of globs up on top. Honestly, I've not been impressed at all with it. But I've heard good things about the Everlast and AHP in terms of off-brands. I've also kind of at a tier higher heard really good things about the HTP, and I think price-wise, it's up there in the range of Lincoln and Miller. I've heard really good things about the HTP, not to be confused with AHP. So other than that, I don't really do a lot of like continuous welding, or, you know, you just see the little jobs I get, little small little welding jobs. You know, I think where the welders come into play is if you weld a lot and you're a production welder. You know, things like duty cycle and just, you know, longevity over time, you know, day in, day out. Does the machine just run well? Gotcha, okay. And is that a 220 amp machine, or what is that 215? How many, what's the, or is it a 250 amp, or what is that? And 220, that's the voltage, but the amperage output, what's it rated at? What's the max amperage, or the, let's ask it a different way, what's the max thickness that it can cut? Like the 212 auto set, I think, is a 220 amp machine, 220 amps, and it's rated to weld 3/8. My Eastwood TIG 200 is a 200 amp machine, and it'll TIG weld 5/16. Supposedly in one pass, you know, kind of thing. Now, once you get any thicker than really any of those, I didn't look under it, but I think it's around, okay. So normally, like once you get up to half inch, you're putting a pretty steep bevel in it and you're making multiple passes anyway. So once you get to a machine, you know, above that thickness. But sometimes you need a real thick, you know, real, like a 350 amp machine, you know, if you're welding 1-inch plate or whatever. So what's up? What else, guys? .230 amp. Okay, thanks Heath for clarifying that. That makes sense. That's in the range of what I thought it would be. What's for lunch? I actually ate a salad. Sorry about that, guys. I had an incoming call. You know, stupid telemarketer. Anyway, yeah, I had a salad for lunch, and I try to eat healthy for lunch and then just pack it on at dinner. I mean, eat some of the worst possible things, you know, like a full pound of bacon and a lot of ice cream and stuff like that. What are you guys having for lunch? I've already eat. I did what I ate lunch and then came out and I did another job on some sheet metal this morning, and then I got the CAD and the cam set up for this job and got the plate loaded on there. Pizza, oh man. Well, I'm sure it's a real healthy pizza, you know, with whole wheat, thin crust, and lots of, you know, spinach on there, and, you know, things like that, right? Pesto and avocado, lots of superfoods. I figured as much. All right, we'll go take a look at this job real quick and see how it's coming along. That thing's going along pretty good there. I probably could have ran an 85 amp tip and ran the speed a little faster, but you know, given the size of those inside cuts, I'm running the overall feed rate is at 85 inches per minute, and the inside cuts are running at about 70% of that. So I probably could have bumped that up a little faster, but every time I try to get aggressive on the feed rate, man, it bites me in the butt. So it'll just have to run a little longer and a little safer, and hopefully I don't overrun the water again and drown out the whole shop here. So that's what happens when you try to do 4 or 5 things at once, or for me, 2 things at once. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you joining the live stream, and hope you guys enjoy your rest of the day. And you can see that bright sun out there, man. It's just gorgeous. It's in the 70s or maybe somewhere around there. It's just a nice day to be working. So have a good one. I'll see you guys later. All right, take care.